Howdy folks, and welcome to 15 Nautical Arc. Today we're going to continue our tour southbound along the western shoreline of Lake Superior in northern Minnesota. The North Shore, as they call it locally there, will be taken off from Grand Marais, which is Cook County Municipal Airport, and heading south towards Silver Bay. But in addition to that, we have something special here. We have a brand new aircraft that I just purchased. It's not brand new, it's new to me. It's the C152II by Carenado. I have not flown this airplane yet, and that's kind of the point, is sometimes I'll practice before I take a video, just so I don't waste time or anything like that. But in this case, I haven't even practiced. Downloaded this last night, installed it 5 minutes ago, and we're going to fly together for the first time. I watched plenty of other videos and read reviews on this plane, and I have pretty high expectations for it. But anything Carenado, I have high expectations for, because everything is just wonderful. This is version 3.1, so this is the X-Plane 10 version and not the 9.7 version. And I'm pretty excited about it, so I think we'll just hop in and take off. If you want to know more about this airport, just check out my previous video. We landed here in the previous one. The only thing I did not say in that previous video is this area back here is all woods in real life. All these hangars are in the middle of the woods, and you can't even see the rest of the airfield from here. But when I modeled this, I didn't want to put in 100 trees, so I just left it the way it was. And if I would have done AutoGen 4, still wouldn't have been compatible with the scenery gateway. So that's the reason for that. Well, I guess might as well look around the outside of this plane. I know I said we're going to hop in, but both doors open, the windows open and everything. You can do that from the inside. I have the pre-flight elements on right now. Comes in 5 liveries. Well, 4 I guess. This blue, then there's a darker blue, there's a red, and there's a Zen, which is a gold color. I kind of like this default paint though. With any Carenado aircraft, you have your controls over here. Certain views, which I've already changed my own, so none of these would actually work right now. And these deals here, mouse scroll, I love mouse scroll. Some people hate it because if you're scrolling along to zoom in and you come over a scrollable area, it'll kind of throw you off, but I just get used to that. You can take that on and off. I think that's kind of cool. Static elements, we'll remove those. Window reflections, I turn off. I mean, I have on because I have no frame rate loss having those on, so I just leave them on. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the wheel fairings, but I think we'll keep them on today. I don't know. See how it goes. Now we'll hop inside. Alright, so just like the real deal, you can open and close these windows, you can open and close these doors. You can move these down as you see fit. You can move these in and out, I believe. Yes, you can. There you go. Just like the real thing. That's your air. Right. Does it say what temperature it is? It's always like 20 degrees or something. Hey, it's 50 today. Awesome. It's not 50 in real life. It's about 8 degrees right now in real life up there. I might as well close this door. Leave that window open for now until we close the aircraft. Ashtrays open and close all throughout this thing. Just the little details that make a big difference. I'm looking back here. It's just a 2-seater. Whoops, I meant to do that. There we go. Just a 2-seater aircraft. Nice view set up to look out the windows, look out the back window, look out the side there, look out the side there. A little grip there. Otherwise, I think that's about it. So how do you start this thing? Well, it's pretty simple really. You prime it a couple times. Oh, there you go. Prime a couple times. Turn the throttle up a little bit. Have the mixture rich because it's lean when it's out. Turn on your master and give it a start. And there you go. Simple as that. Now this should change the sound when I close this window. Oh, it doesn't in this plane. Carenado is usually pretty good about that. When you move windows, you move around, sound changes. It does change when we move around here. At least I can hear it. And that jarring in the view is not a bad frame rate, it's my bad mouse ability. Alright, so what else do we have down here? We've got all of our fuses, which do actually work. You can actually pop fuses in this one. I usually don't care too much about fuses, but some people do, and in this aircraft they're live. We have your lights, dome light, it's daytime right now. Landing lights, we'll want those. Beacon. Let's make it dark a second. There we go. Whoops, no, I can't see. There we go. Oh, I have my flashlight. Strobe and taxi are missing. It's kind of cool. Here you can control your... Let's turn the dome light off. There you go. You can control your radio and your panel lights. Turn my flashlight again. I was expecting that the radio to change on a separate one here. But anyway. Turn the dome light. Oh, dome light can come off because we're going to go back to the sunrise here. There you go. Have a good sunrise. There you go. Alright, does that do anything? What does that say? I don't want to touch it. Don't know what that is. Alright, we are going to use one instrument. We're going to use our ADF. We're going to fly towards 350. There we go. Not using that. 299 we got clear skies. Flaps there. RP, we'll do that right now. Pretty cold. Let's pop that out. Put our yokes back in. Why can't I find it here? There it is. There was a little pixel to click on there. And I think we are ready to get going. Let's put our yoke in. I need to turn the lights off. Parking brake off. And we are rolling without any effort at all. We have a ways to taxi out here. Wow, that's a light aircraft. I'm barely touching my stick and it is sending me all over the place. I really love this aircraft. I haven't even taken off yet. I really like how this looks. I like the cream color. I like the imperfections. I like the missing buttons down there. Strobe light, taxi light buttons are missing. I think that's great. I gotta set up anything. Kind of enjoying the sound of the airplane right now, not a whole much more to say. Other than we are in far northeastern Minnesota in the Arrowhead region. Not too far from the Canadian border. I can't remember the exact mileage, but we're within 30 miles, I would think, of the Canadian border. I really should know that. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I don't know. I'm thinking we only need half a runway here, so we're not going to taxi down. We're just going to start right here. I assume the brakes can hit hard. Oh yes, the all or nothing braking system. Oof. Alright, we would have a before takeoff checklist here. Let's see, landing lights are on, beacon on, nav on, takeoff heat. Alright, okay, good. Flaps. I don't think we need 3 flaps, but we will go anyway because we're only using half a runway. Nice sunrise. Default scenery. All my scenery is default or freeware. In this case, it's all default. I only have a few airports that are freeware. I've really been enjoying purchasing aircraft, which I do plan on talking about more, probably in its own video, why to buy aircraft. As far as scenery, I haven't quite gotten into buying scenery, mainly because I would feel obligated to fly there then. At least with different airplanes, I have my list of airplanes I've purchased, I'll go down the list, go through them. But with scenery, I'd be obligated. Although I have to admit, I'm tempted to buy the New York scenery for XP just because I'm curious how horrible my frame rates would be. So I might do that. I might actually break down and spend the 18 bucks on that. Just out of curiosity, if anything else. Alright, so like I said, I've never flown this before. So I don't know anything about the engines will start on fire if you're not careful. I just don't know. Gonna have to be careful about that, I guess. Flaps are up. There the front dip down. And we're gaining speed now. Alright, engine RPMs are over there. No, we're in the green, if you look. We're not anywhere near the red, so I guess I don't really have to worry about engine management. If this shot into the red, I'd be worried. No prop adjustment in this aircraft. Whoop, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, like usual. I go down here. Yeah, nothing really to worry about. Not much fuel in the tanks. Alright. Let's pay attention here and head towards our ADF. So, here's Lake Superior, facing east. Oh, that's interesting. We lost our ADF. So why did we pick it up on the ground and now we're too far away? That's strange. I don't quite understand that. Here's our airport. Just took off from there. Got the highway up ahead. And let's head south. Whenever I do these VFR flights, I haven't learned already. I have a tendency to do a little too much sightseeing and not enough flying of the aircraft. I need to get better about that. I'll spend most of my time looking around at stuff. Not really pay attention to what I'm doing. There's some nice scenery there. Love this plane. It's been 5 minutes in the plane and it's already more than I expected it to be. This is fantastic. I just love this plane already. Alright, we'll climb up to about 5,000. So maybe we'll stop at 4,000 because I want to be able to see the airport when we get to it. It isn't that far away. Because I haven't flown to this airport before, what'll probably happen is we'll follow the ADF and we'll overfly it, since the ADF is on the airport, and then we'll just come back around. That's probably what'll happen. I'm still checking on engine RPM. Well, it's getting up there a little bit. I might have to be a little careful once we level off here. Pull back the throttle. I do not believe that there is autopilot in this aircraft. If there is, I can't find it. Pretty sure there isn't. Of course, I could always be wrong. I do not believe there is autopilot. It's just a cute little two-seater trainer aircraft. I've read that this is exactly 100% the way this aircraft is in real life. And if it is, this is a very lightweight, easy to fly aircraft. No effort at all here. Alright, we'll come down a little bit. I'll let RPM going. Yeah, it's getting towards the red. So if we go back on the throttle to level off. There we go. Not a nice turbulence I'm picking up here, just below the cloud line. I'm just going to keep my landing lights on. We'll be landing soon. Maybe we can speed up a little bit. A little more throttle. But I didn't want to nose up, so I trimmed down a little bit. Then we'll level off in a second. As we're out of that red over there on that RPM gauge, we should be fine. I should have a temperature gauge around here. Oil pressure, oil temp, fuel. Is that this one? No. Airspeed. Wow, it's windy right below these clouds. getting close to the airport. Like I said, calculated the time I thought this would take. I was thinking of a faster plane that I normally do this in, but I wasn't thinking 100 knots in assessment. So what we're looking for up here is a bunch of railroad tracks. There's a train yard, and then the tracks will go east to west. And then the airport is right behind that railroad yard. That main highway you see down there is Highway 61, US 61. Goes all the way to Canada. It's pretty much the only way to Canada. So keeping an eye on our RPM gauge. I did increase our speed a little bit. And, just keep an eye on that. Sometimes, if you move around a lot, these bags will slide around. I'm curious if it will. No, not that one. I'll just stay put. There are other aircraft when you fly them. If you make any crazy moves, your cargo will slide around. I guess that doesn't happen in this one. Well, I can see Highway 61 down there. I see some traffic moving down there. Don't know if you can see it. But it's been moving down there. Alright, so the airport has been spotted. You can see the beacon over there. Right here. And what I did is I want to do an approach from the west. I want to approach the same way we took off the other airport. So I turned and watch ADF. I'm keeping it at about 33 degrees off. So when it gets to be about 90 degrees off, I'm going to keep it 90 degrees off, kind of make like an arc, kind of like a VLR arc approach, except I'm going to kind of make one up here using the NDB. That's my plan. Then from here, that should give us plenty of space to drop down and land without having to go over the airfield and come back. And a lot of times I like to just go over the airfield and circle around, join the traffic pattern that way. I see a lot of people in real life doing that, but I don't know, I think I'll actually take an approach to this one. Although I am flying completely visually, I guess, I do see that there. I don't really need that NDB, but I like to make use of instruments when I can. Check in again when we get closer. Close to the airport, we're about to come down. Our engines haven't caught on fire. Everything still looks good. You see it over there with the beacon. And then that's Lake Superior off, just on the left on the horizon. Still in far northern Minnesota. Minnesota's a big state. our NDB reads 45 degrees off. We'll keep it at 45 degrees off, or 90 degrees. I don't know, it's 45 now, but it's 90 degrees off. We'll just keep it 90 degrees. Alright, we'll start coming down a little bit. It's not that much fast. Did we pick up our plane from there? There we are. There's our airfield. Couple buildings and a gas station. To talk about right now. All of our lights are still on. Too early for flaps. No air traffic control to talk to, just a completely visual approach. See a bus down on the highway down there and some cars. Getting ready to turn final here. Keep in mind, ground level is 900 feet above sea level, so we're not that high off the ground right now. There we go. Look at that. Two pappies. Two red, two yellow on the pappy. And once we're on, we want to be 500 feet per minute. Probably want to turn off some speed here. Up a little bit. First set of flaps, watch for the ballooning, second set of flaps. Go right over the highway, there's some cool traffic. Trees. You notice when I land these little planes, they come down, they flatten out. And the reason why I do that, it's a habit from flying that beaver all the time. There we go. Really nice short landing, doesn't take much. We'll taxi here off the runway, then we'll check out the replay. Flaps up already. Get ready to turn the lights off. Didn't even squeak the wheels on that one. Stop, pull the parking brake, landing lights can come off. We don't have strobe or taxi, so we'll keep the nav and the beacon lights on. Alright, let's have a look at that landing. Like I said, I have a tendency to come down steep and then flatten out. And the reason for that is because of that beaver I fly all the time. If you don't flatten out and smooth out at the last second, you're going to bounce even though you're below stall speed. Alright. Alright. Nice landing, I think. Not too bad. It doesn't take much room to stop on that. There we go. And come to a screeching halt just like that. Alright, let's see, where are we going here? Parking brake off, taxi. I think we'll just park in general aviation. I don't think we need to go all the way down to those hangars. Actually, we should probably stop and get the fuel before the next flight, so yeah, we'll probably want to do that. Open our windows now. This airport in real life does have gigantic fueling tank, even though it's kind of a small airport. Not sure how many airplanes fly out of here, but quite a bit. Alright. We're going to stop right here. Set up the parking brake. Turn off some of our lights. Oh, you can see, okay, there we go. Turn that off. That can come in now. That can come out. There we go. That turn off. Yeah. Open some doors. Static elements. Have a look from the outside. There we are. And if you're curious about the airport, not too big. There's some hangars over here. Pretty much it. Lake Superior. Over here. There we go. We'll close that up. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Like usual, please subscribe. Leave comments and suggestions for me if you wish as well. And we'll catch you on the next one.